And we are live. Alright. So, not that there's anybody in the chat right now or anybody even on.
Well, you might want to start where we're going first, because we have to go back to the night of April 14th, 1912.
Actually, we should probably go back to when she was,
No, you want to go back to the night of April 14th, 1912, because that's technically where the story begins. Because that's when she got famous. Because the ship was not a record breaker.
No.
She was just an ordinary ship that nobody heard of until the night of April 14th, 1912.
So, tonight
Right?
is about the RMS Carpathia.
Was it April 14th, 1912? Oh, April 15th, 1912. I'm sorry.
Which is this
Okay, whatever.
lovely lady.
The damn thing struck an iceberg at 11:40 p.m. on the night of April 14th and sank at 2:20 a.m. on April 15th. So you know what? Fucking blow me.
The RMS Carpathia, which is this beautiful lady right here. We are trying something new today as well. Hopefully you guys can see it all right.
That whimpering you hear is not me. That's our German Shepherd. Put your phone on vibrate.
I'm working on that.
Or take the notifications off your stupid fucking game.
It's not my game. But
Yeah, it is.
Yes. No, actually, that's all my notifications. Okay. So, this lovely young lady, who is not so young.
Hey! So,
Hi! You live!
You're able to join us in a fucking Twitch stream, but you can't reply to a goddamn text message.
How does our picture look?
Fucking bitch.
This here. Can you see it okay?
Can you see the other monitor?
We're trying something.
I love how it doesn't register any viewers when she puts in.
Yeah.
Yes,
We are
the
doing the
Carpathia.
RMS.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been smoking meth, all right.
Yes, we are doing the RMS Carpathia. She keeps popping up on my TikTok feed, so that's what we're doing. Since everybody knows everything about the goddamn Titanic. Everybody knows everything about her. Can you see the picture okay? Yes or no? Nod the camera, yes. If you can see it okay, shake the camera if you can't. I'm kidding, I love you.
Actually, can you tilt the camera down a little bit?
Actually, I think that might actually just be the tripod.
No, it's the camera.
Well, it's not responding to the remote.
Of course not. She's taking over the damn camera.
But yes, we are talking about this lovely lady today. She was just a regular second class, primarily third class immigrant ship. That's the 16 is behind the camera.
You're looking at Grandpa Boff right now.
That's the buff. But
I gotta
she
finish that.
wasn't known. She was just a regular old ship doing ship things. Until the night
Of April 15th, well, the nights
Okay.
of April 14th, April 15th, 1912.
she left New York on April 11th carrying 743 passengers. She was carrying first class passengers.
She only had 100.
She had 128 in first class, 50 in second class, but primarily 565 in third class.
That's what she was built for. She's a third-class ship. Note the number of stacks.
Yeah, give me a second. But she was just a regular immigration ship. There wasn't really anything all that special about her until the iceberg incident with the Titanic, because the Titanic wanted to be friends with an iceberg, but the iceberg did not want to be friends.
She wasn't built for comfort. She wasn't built for speed. She was built for immigrants.
So
emigration, not immigration. Emigration.
Whatever.
When you come into a country, you're an immigrant. When you're leaving a country, you're an immigrant. I know it doesn't make any fucking sense. You're emigrating.
I mean, what's literally the fucking difference? You go into one country, you're an immigrant. You leave a country to go into another one, you're still an immigrant. There literally isn't much of a difference. I don't understand why.
It's all in the wording.
Either way.
It's nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, all that other shit.
It's the English language, got it.
English.exe. It's failed for the umpteenth million time.
Come on, show that I cleared the thing.
This Mount Fuji's funny.
It's because you've been drinking Coke for so long.
No, it's probably why.
But yes, as you can see, she's only got the
single
stack.
No, he's at a fire department meeting, and then he's sick because he's a little bitch. So we're gonna trash talk him this entire time. We should probably let him know, hey, we're live.
Yeah, you probably should, even though he's probably already asleep. But
yeah, he was going to go home and go to sleep.
The RMS is a British
acronym. Well, it's not an acronym.
Designation.
Yes.
The Titanic had the same designation because she was a British ship. The Carpathia was leaving New York to head back to...
Think hungry.
Oh, God.
How many times have you hacked his phone, by the way?
Again, it's all done with permission.
She's the only one in the chat. And
yeah, but if
once it goes up on YouTube, nobody can actually read the chat.
She was...
I think she was on her way back to...
Let's see, she was leaving New York she left New York on the 11th.
No, that's not true. You said he was listening to his phone when we were still working out in the junkyard in K-Back, and he was listening to Russian music. Yeah.
She goes...
Yeah. And that was Indiana.
Yeah, our dog keeps moving the thing. She operated mainly between Liverpool and New York. That was her main
crossing. Yeah, she forgot about... You know, I'm the one who's had a stroke and has memory issues, and yet I remember everything else anyways.
But she was headed from New York to Liverpool. It's her main route.
Figure that one
out. When the Maydays went out on that unfortunate April day from the Titanic, she was the only one to actually receive the Mayday. But the Carpathia was the only one who received that Mayday.
Well...
Nope, she was the only one who received it because everybody else's radio operator had already turned off their radio and gone to bed. She was the only one who received it. The U.S. Yep, she was. Except their boilers had been turned down for the night. So even if they did get the Mayday...
Do you actually explain what RMS stands for?
No, because it doesn't really matter right now.
Oh.
The Californian, yes, she was close by, but she gets a lot of flack. She, like all the other boats of that time, this was before sonar, this was before radar, this was before...
Radio direction finding. Before radio direction.
This was before all the bells and whistles we have now. This was literally strictly maps, charts, stars.
Astro navigation. That's what you had. You had astro navigation.
Yes. So
and actually, did you know that the first distress signal that went out was not actually an SOS?
That I didn't know.
It was CQD. That was actually the first distress call ever invented.
Yep.
It was CQD.
Because of the Titanic, it was after that all radios were to be manned 24/7.
And Titanic was also the first ship to use the new distress call that was...
The Mayday, Mayday?
No, not Mayday, Mayday, because Mayday, Mayday is over a literal radio.
Yeah.
VHF radio. Very high
that's
frequency.
right, they were still doing the
Morse code.
Morse code.
They were using CQD, which is the standard Morse code operator for please come quick. SOS was a new thing because it's 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's 3 long,
3 short, 3 long, 3 short. I just demonstrated it on the table.
And
CQD is something different. I'll have to look it up. My Morse is extremely rusty.
I used it. I learned it once in Girl Scouts.
1912 was actually when SOS first went out. It first went out April 14th, April 15th, 1912.
Cool.
With the Titanic.
Cool.
The Titanic is, I think, one of the first ships or the very first ship to use it because it was just quick and easy.
Right, but again, the Californian, she gets a lot of flack for not responding. But even if she had gotten that SOS, she was parked for the night. Yep. That's
CQD.
She was parked for the night. Her boilers were turned down to minimum because nobody really did anything in the night. There was ice warnings going out.
Holy shit, she is right. I am a walking encyclopedia.
You're an ass, what do you expect? But
I immediately recognized that was a freaking Morse code. I'm like, that's not SOS. Oh wait, that's CQD.
But even if she had gotten the SOS, or the Mayday, or whatever anybody wants to call it, even if she had gotten the call for help, it would have still taken hours to build up the steam necessary from her boilers to get her moving, and she still would have been late. But she wasn't the only close ship. There was another one that saw the flares, that saw the fireworks coming from the Titanic. And she thought the Titanic was having a party.
That's because they launched the wrong colored flares.
Yep. And I believe it was also because of that we now have, I think green is all good, all clear.
We have multicolored flares.
Yep.
And red is
emergency location. Yeah.
You're Coast Guard. You were in the fucking Coast Guard. What are you telling me for?
Because most of this is rusty knowledge for me. That's why. And you're the walking encyclopedia. But
I make it a point never get too far from shore where I can't fucking see it.
You want to go on a cruise.
The last time we had a cruise ship incident was the poop cruise in the Costa Concordia. And they were still within sight of shore.
Except, you gotta remember, this particular coastie was unfortunately fucked right out of the gate. pissed because she got stationed on a land unit and didn't get to go play with all the pretty toys.
Hey, you know what? Google's right here at my fingertips.
But Google is free.
Um.
But the Carpathia, she was 38 nautical miles away.
That's roughly 35 miles.
She was...
Right?
I believe so. She was the farthest out. And now, within my research...
Red for daylight / night signaling, and orange for daytime smoke signals. So, red. I think they were shooting up white and green.
They were also just shooting off fireworks, too. Trying to be seen. Conspiracy theories aside, the main reason the Titanic sank is because her captain tried to put her in reverse.
Captain wasn't even on duty. It was
Or the first officer, or whoever was on duty. Whoever was the captain of the deck at the time.
officer of the watch.
Yeah, officer of the watch. Because we don't call it officer of the watch anymore. We call it officer of the day or officer of the deck.
It's Royal Navy is watch.
Okay.
And same
like
thing
said,
with White Star Line.
We call it officer of the day or officer of the deck.
Well, to go down that rabbit hole, you have to figure out who was on the Passion Manifest, and that was a J.P. Morgan,
we can save that for
no, it wasn't
time.
Morgan. It was Astor.
Because
we ripped several holes in it, actually.
Yeah, but ships they have a reinforced bow.
38 nautical miles.
Yeah, she was 38 nautical miles away. This part right here is the bow. You know this.
43 miles.
So she was 43 miles away from the Carpathia, or the Titanic. Now, ships that have to go through Arctic conditions have got a reinforced bow. They've always had a reinforced bow.
Not always.
Who go through the Arctic conditions?
Yeah,
yes,
but
they would.
Not these ships.
Not as much as, say, an icebreaker, but the bow is still reinforced because it is the front of the ship.
These are ocean liners. They have a tendency to avoid fucking icebergs.
Either way, the main thing that killed the Titanic was the fact that whoever was on watch tried to throw the boat into reverse. This is not like throwing a car in reverse. It doesn't just stop and go backwards. These are how many tons of iron and steel and fuckers?
I think she was 56,000 tons.
That's the Carpathia, not the Titanic.
I realize that. I haven't written... You keep your side of the fucking table. I'll keep my side of the
Either
table.
way, this is a huge-ass boat. Several tons of iron and steel. It doesn't stop on a dime. She could have run herself aground.
52,310 metric tons.
She
So that's
probably
roughly...
would have been able to...
Fuck. 55,000 tons?
She probably would have been able to minimize the amount of damage done to her had she just hit the iceberg head on. She also could have made the turn that she needed to do if she had stayed at full speed. It was the slowing down and trying to stop that caused her to hit the iceberg.
Oh, I so want to repeat that out loud.
Because she wants to...
I really want to repeat that out loud. I really want to repeat that out loud.
So do I, but I have questions.
I really want to fucking say that out loud.
But anyway. Okay, so yeah, the Carpathia's route was Liverpool, Queenstown, and Boston in the winter. Was her routes.
Motherfucker.
But we're not talking about the Titanic. She's a dead horse that is bones at this point.
Oh shit! No, she's a coral reef at this point. And she's dying. She's literally being ate by parasitic rusticles.
Anyway, this lovely young lady,
2.5 miles down on the ocean floor, and she's being disintegrated by metal-eating bacterium. Or something like that. Yeah, metal-eating bacterium.
Here are those two ships side by side.
No!
No,
Actually, no. If you look at...
because of how far down she's at.
No, Bismarck... So, KMS Bismarck, same ocean, right? Another mile or so, or half mile down, same frigid fucking cold. Pristine condition. Fucking pristine condition.
I wonder if it's something she picked up off the iceberg that hit her, because
It's
Bismarck
just
was
in
sold
that
by the
spec-
Germans.
Well, I mean,
They scuttled her.
yeah,
because they didn't want us
it's
to
proven
get
that it is proven that.
And they've gone down to.
I love it. I fucking love it. As much as the Brits want to say, and the Polish for that matter, because
they looked at her wreck. She was
KMS, yes, Kriegsmarine ship was a, don't say Nazi, because not all Germans were fucking Nazis.
No, but she was a Nazi boat.
She was a German warship, Kriegsmarine.
Either way,
That's like saying Rommel was a fucking Nazi when he was not.
when they found her wreckage, there's proof of scuttling charges. If I'm not mistaken.
A lot of the crew, a lot of survivors from the crew actually said, yeah, no, you guys didn't fucking sink her.
We scuttled her.
Yeah, well, actually, it's not her, it's him.
It's a coral reef.
Well, the Germans called the Bismarck a him.
Now,
Same thing with Tirpitz.
Now, I do believe that...
They didn't wear an armband.
I do believe, though, we did sink her sister ship. Or did they scuttle her, too?
Oh, no, we sank her.
So
a few tall boy bombs next to her, and...
So we sank the Bismarck... Not we, but...
The Brits. The Brits actually get credit for sinking the Tirpitz with a few tall boy bombs.
But they would have go through and label it the Bismarck because it sounds more heroic to label it the Bismarck.
No, there's two different...
I'm well aware of the...
What?
Okay.
What are you looking into?
I'm well aware there's a big difference between the two sister ships. But again, that's not what we're talking about. We're getting
No, people would definitely believe us.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's true. Now, as you can see, this is the Titanic. And this is the Carpathia.
Yeah, Titanic comes in at 882 feet, 9 inches overall, while Carpathia is 558 feet. 558 feet.
Yep. And her maiden voyage was in 1903. Was in May of 1903. And we all know the Titanic's maiden voyage date.
So, beam is 92 feet, 6 inches compared to 64 feet, 6 inches. Almost 30 feet wider.
Yeah. Now...
The draft is about the same.
Now, outside of course, the obvious length difference between the two, there's another blatantly obvious thing. And that is the smokestacks. As I was so lovingly informed earlier today, the more smokestacks on a ship of that time, the more luxury. We all know, thanks to the Titanic movie and documentaries and everything on her, the Titanic was built for luxury. Only 3 of these smokestacks were actually useful. The other was just because we fucking can.
No, the other one was for decoration to make her...
Like I said, because we fucking can.
4 stacks meant premium luxury.
Yeah, because we can. As where the Carpathia, as you can see, she's only a single stack. She was built to do a job, and she did her job. The Titanic's top speed, she was rated for her top speed was, do you have that or do
I do.
Or do I don't. All I have is information on Carpathia.
I have it. I have them all. Service 21 knots, about 24 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So about 25 miles an hour.
Right. And that was the Titanic's top speed. The
Carpathia
was 14 knots or 26.
No.
Or, sorry, 16 miles an hour. Service.
So jogging speed. Or sprinting speed, whatever you want to call it.
Yep. So...
Welcome back.
They're both ocean liners. Now, you'll see some...
I have a feeling she's about to pull out some weird fucking Bismarck declassified bullshit.
Probably, that'd be kind of cool. But...
And I'm gonna know it already.
Now, a lot of people in the TikTok videos, which is what led me to the Carpathia, because this wouldn't leave me alone, so that's why we're doing this today. There are people that were in some of the comment sections who were sitting there going through saying that the Carpathia and the Titanic were sister ships. They are not. They're not even made by the same company.
They weren't even the same luxury liner.
Yeah.
They weren't even owned by the same company.
Yeah. The Titanic was White Star. She only has 2 sister ships.
And Carpathia is Cunard.
Yep.
Although, after World War I, or was it 2? I think after World War I, the two companies merged.
Now, from what I found in my research, not what I have in front of me, but from what I've found multiple different places, had the radio operator on the Carpathia gone to bed 6 minutes sooner, all hands on the Titanic would have been lost. Most due to exposure. Because outside of the drowning and what took place on the Titanic itself, it was exposure and hypothermia that killed a good chunk of them.
Ones in the water, not the ones in the lifeboats.
Well, nobody would have gotten the Mayday.
Yeah.
So all hands would have been lost because nobody would have noticed she was missing. They wouldn't notice she was missing until she failed to turn up in New York.
Which ones? I was commenting on a comment.
So had the radio operator of the Carpathia gone to sleep 6 minutes sooner, all hands would have been lost to either drowning or hypothermia or just straight up exposure. Because because again, this is before radar, sonar, locator beacons, black boxes, all the...
Then you mean we wouldn't have the story of Jack and Rose?
Yes, it would mean we didn't have the story of Jack and Rose. Now, I did come across a hilarious theory about the movie of the Titanic. That Jack is actually a time traveler sent back in time to make sure the Titanic sank.
I want to know what files she was looking at. Especially between the Iowa, Montana, and Trump class.
Because they point out the scene in the Titanic where Rose is getting ready to jump off the stern of the ship.
Well, hold on. The only good thing about that movie was that James Cameron got all the detail of the ship right. Other than that, the movie sucked.
It's also very much
What, of the Iowa? Because we never made any of the Montanas.
Anyway, y'all can save that for another day. We keep getting off the subject here.
You're the one talking about Jack and Rose. I just made a joke.
Anyway. But again, it's only a movie. But in reality, had somebody left the ship via jumping off the ship, the moment she was noticed she was missing, the Titanic would have had to pull a figure 8 turn or a teardrop turn to go look for her. Meaning she would not have... She wouldn't have struck the iceberg. But again...
She would have been dead anyways.
That wouldn't have mattered. They still have to go through and search.
She would have been dead anyways. They both would have been dead.
Well, if you remember in the movie, Jack convinces her to calm down. But had Jack not been there... There is still a lot about why the hell the Titanic didn't drop anchor like literally every other boat around her. Actually, Mythbusters proved there was not.
None of those ships actually dropped anchor.
Or at least slowed way the fuck down until morning.
Yeah, you can't drop anchor in the middle of the Atlantic. You realize she's like almost 2 miles. She's about 2 miles down, right? They only carry like, what, 150 feet of anchor chain?
Yeah, they idle their boilers. Yeah, that's what... And it takes forever to bring them back up to cruising time. So had she actually, idled her boilers, like literally every other boat...
Yeah, Titanic had 29 boilers, 20 of them dual-facing, 5 of them single-facing. While Carpathia had 7 single-facing boilers rated for 210 psi with a quadruple stage steam turbine engine, or quadruple expansion steam engine, which means getting something like that up to pressure from an idle
would take 4 to 5 hours.
4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6 hours, which is the reason why the Californian, even if she had received the Mayday, still wasn't going to be able to make it in time. I do not know why she still gets all the hate she does. But she made the impossible trip. Now, there are people who said that she got to the Titanic...
Who's Smokey Kitsune?
I wasn't aware we had anybody new.
No, it came across your Steam.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even have a moderator up since we only have her. But we
now you're gonna make me look up that information.
It wouldn't have mattered. I mean, she probably would have been able to save the ones in the lifeboats, but she wouldn't have been able to get anybody else on the Carpathia was 4 hours out. At her top speed. She was 4 hours out. That's how long it would have taken the Californian to get her boilers up and running. So she wouldn't have made it. The Titanic went down so fast.
God damn it.
I think... How long did it take the Titanic to sink?
She struck the iceberg at 11:40 p.m. and sank at 5:50? No, 2:20. 2:20 a.m.
Two hours, 40 minutes. She struck it at 11:40 and she sunk 2:20 a.m. Yep. So even if she had gotten back up, hypothermia sets in pretty quick in the Arctic.
She wasn't in the Arctic. She was in the middle of the North Atlantic.
Either way, that in the middle of spring.
Yeah, the average water temperature there is 26 degrees.
And it's also nighttime.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really much to go through. But it still would have taken her... She never got the Mayday, though. That's the big issue. Now, if she'd got the Mayday, yeah, she might have been.
Hey, that's okay. The California was... I thought that was in Chinese.
The Carpathia,
there's no way she would have made it.
She was 4 hours out. The Carpathia. This one. She was 4 hours out.
No, I mean the California. There's no way she would have made it.
No, because by the time she got her boilers, I think she was also surrounded by
She was a
too.
cargo liner.
Oh, yeah, she was much heavier.
No, she was lighter. She's only at 6,200 gross registered tons. But she's a single screw with a top speed of 13 knots.
As where the Carpathia, she was a 2-screw.
It's not the number of screws.
No,
it's how fast you can go.
Right, but you.
Carpathia had a quadruple expansion, while this one only had a triple expansion engine.
The Carpathia actually No, there are some people saying that she made that 4-hour trip in an hour. There are some that say she made it in 2. There are some
about 2.5 to 3.
There are some that said she made it in 90 minutes. Nobody can really agree just on exactly when she made it. Now, the Californian aside, more people would have been saved from the water if the fucking first class people...
Okay, this is getting weird.
What's getting weird?
California was part of J.P. Morgan's International Mercantile Marine Company.
We'll save those conspiracy theories for later. Today is about one that did the fucking impossible. Now, like I said, her actually reaching there, some people say it was an hour and a half, some people said it's an hour, some people said 2.5, some people said she shaved a whole hour.
Doesn't matter, she blew her fucking engines.
It doesn't matter. She blew up her engines. I think she blew 3 out of her 6 or 7 engines.
She only has 2 engines.
Or boilers, not engines. Boilers.
She has 7 boilers,
and
she
melted
didn't blow
3.
anything.
There are some people. There are some.
If she blew a boiler,
melted.
You can't melt those things. Those things are...
I'm just saying what I found in the research. Whether or not...
Do you know what it takes to blow up a fucking boiler? To overload a fucking boiler?
It takes a lot.
It takes a lot of steam pressure.
I don't know. I haven't heard from her.
You're the one in the government agency that can tap anybody's phone. Why don't you fucking tap it?
Who works with the Navy.
Yeah. You fucking figure it out. Because I don't have that fucking power, and you won't give it to me.
Either way,
you don't want me to have it.
Like I said, there are a lot of stories around the Carpathia that are just stories. Now, what is true is the captain of the Carpathia did go through, and he did hold firm the belief that the ocean would not stop a ship on the way to rescue another. He did actually say those lines. He did actually say those words. Now, what is... There are some people who want to go through and put words in the captain's mouth by saying, he said, let the devil fear the heat of our engines. He was never confirmed to have ever said anything like that. There are people that have gone through and said that historians believe that Historians believe that she...
Activate her camera. See what happens.
Don't do that. Historians believe. Now...
Cut the power to her house.
There is unfortunately no way to really confirm that I am aware of. But historians...
Can you activate sound? What's going on?
No, we're not.
I kind of want to know now.
You guys can do that on your own time. This is our time to talk. You guys can play detective later.
Keep going.
Historians do believe that she pushed her boilers, pushed her engines to where she made it to roughly anywhere between 20 to 25 knots.
21 knots.
Like I said, I've seen that she'd made up to 25. I've seen she'd made 21.
The maximum speed that from what I came up with.
Okay.
The ship was rated for 14 knots.
Mm-hmm. Which is her service and safety.
Her maximum speed is 17.
Right.
At most. At most, what she could do is 21.
Like I said.
Based on her tonnage, her beam, her draft, and the type of engines that she had and how much she weighed at the time. The maximum she can make at that time, and plus the waters, because if you're sailing through colder waters, there's more resistance.
Right.
So at most she can make is 17 to 21 knots. So yes, it is very possible she made a 4-hour trip down to 2.5 to 3.5 hours.
Like I said, as far as
she's probably pissed now.
As far as her arriving at the... She was also off course, too, because she was given the wrong coordinates originally for the Titanic.
Well, yeah, that also as well. But plus, once you start getting into the area, you have to slow that ship down.
Right.
So that's going to add time.
Right. Like I said, But hello. We're talking about the Carpathia.
What were you doing?
Not my idea, by the way. I told them to stop. I told them not to. I'm innocent.
I have nothing to do with this. I don't have the technology to do it.
I'm completely innocent. It was his idea. Actually, we just kind of wanted to know where you've been.
Yeah, we've been sending you text messages.
But she's the one who decided to say, to put you in. But, hi.
Oh, they were slutting around.
But anyway, now, the more outlandish... I told you he's not innocent. I'm the innocent one.
This is what you get for having a clinically insane friend.
But, no, the more... Now, there are stories from the boilers. How accurate they are, I don't know. There are stories transferred, especially through it's the game of telephone, so whether or not they are historically correct, historically accurate, is unknown because they are just stories passed down through a family line, how much that's been embellished, how much is not. But
mind you, these are coal-fired boilers.
Now, she took days' worth of coal.
Days, plural, days.
Yeah, days. DAYS. Worth of coal and shoved it into her boilers.
Ashley would know what we're talking about because this is a... Hey, Ashley, if I say quadruple expansion steam engine, would you know what I'm fucking talking about? And you should know what kind of boilers these ships have, right?
There are stories from people who family members were in the boiler room of the Carpathia. and they said that the master engineer...
Can you pull up a boiler? Just pull up Titanic's boilers.
I don't have that picture. So... Ah!
My dad did this kind of work too, so I know exactly the kind of shit they had to do.
So...
Titanic boiler.
We're not talking about the Titanic.
No, but it gives you an idea what they are.
That is not how you spell Titanic. What the fuck?
You got some lag.
Yeah, I know.
B-O-I.
This knew what I was talking about.
There.
This one?
Nope. The one, yep, right there. It's...
So, the Carpathia would also have these same boilers, right?
Not as big. And those are double-ended. So
Right.
basically what's happening, and you see the dudes there, they're standing there and they're shoveling coal into those.
And from what
With a fire.
And from what stories from the people who were in the boiler rooms were saying, the master engineer covered the master gauge. Or was the chief engineer? I want to say that's
It would be it's British, so master engineer would be very appropriate.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they...
We have chiefs, they have masters.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I had the terminology right. But...
Or it would be Chang, I don't know.
Either way, the big boss engineer, since we can't quite remember terminology
Did you say
today,
ship's engineer? But chances are it's probably master engineer.
it was probably the master engineer, yeah, covered the master gauge, which is the biggest gauge that goes through to show you what you get. Took his hat off, covered the gauge so that those men would not lose their nerve.
Actually, I don't think he took his hat off because it's big enough around. It'd be as big as his TV screen. He would have taken his coat off.
I'm just like I said, I'm going off what the stories that I found were saying.
Right, but I'm saying, and the system was rated for 210 psi.
Right.
That's 210 pounds per square inch.
So even on the deck, they would have had to take off the coat to cover the gauge. Correct?
So now I did some calculations here.
I'm going to put this between us so that in case you need to
Nope, I got it.
look up anything else. But,
So that's rated for a car's gas line. Your gas line in your car is 15 psi.
okay. So, essentially, either way, the master
My
gauge is...
truck, my high pressure fuel rail in my truck. What? Huh? What?
She's responding back to Ashley.
Okay, so and now, mind you, this is over 100 years later. The fuel system in my truck is diesel.
Mm-hmm.
High pressure rail at idle is 4,000 to 6,000 psi.
So, well, either way.
Okay, so that's a V8. That's a 6.6 liter V8 engine in my truck.
Right.
That's a small diesel engine.
Right.
Okay, so modern diesel electric cruise ships, this fuel system is typically divided into a low pressure supply system and a high pressure injection system. Guess what? Same system as in my truck. Yeah, I know, but we kind of have to dumb it down for people who don't know this shit. Because it works the same in jet propulsion too, dumbass. High pressure rail injection during cruise. Common rail pressure for large marine engine typically ranges from 14,500 to 29,000 psi, with some modern systems ranging up to 40,000 psi. We've come a long way in 100 years.
You go back to my... I don't like this black.
Because even the low pressure side is 60 to 145 psi.
Anyway.
Which is still a pretty... Right here. Oh, you can't fucking see it.
Anyway. The stories go that the master gauge was covered. Whether it was covered by a hat or a coat, it doesn't matter. It was covered to make sure that the people who were manning the boilers did not lose their nerve when watching that needle get buried into the fucking red. So, now, anybody who's worked in a boiler knows what it sounds like when it gets overheated. It sounds like a tea kettle. When you've got metal screeching, that's the closest thing I can think of, unless you can think of something closer.
Actually, it doesn't sound like a tea kettle. It sounds like groaning. My dad says that whole thing when it sounds like a tea kettle is bullshit.
I legitimately
That's when
don't
they
know.
release the steam.
Yeah.
That's when the steam's being released, is when it sounds like a tea kettle.
Right.
When you're about to explode, it sounds like
screaming.
Metal is groaning.
Yeah. There were stories told by the people who worked in the Carpathia's boiler room that...
I don't know. We can ask the British at Jutland, because I'm
When-
pretty sure they were doing this exact same shit to squeeze every single knot out of their cruisers and battleships when they were trying to get ahead of the Germans.
Well,
But yet again, they
were-
never closed their blast doors when they were reloading either.
They
Just
were
ask the crew of the hood.
sitting there. The people who were manning the boilers in the Carpathia told their families that it sounded like they were working in hell, because you had the boilers screaming because they were overheated.
We're overheated or overpressured.
Again, stories, things get retold to embellish. I'm just passing that along. Yeah, they had the stories say overheated.
You really can't overheat a boiler because all that shit.
Yeah, I know,
But you can overpressure one and cook it off.
and they were
It's
sitting
cool.
there saying that it was like hell because everybody knows what happens if one of those boilers blows. There is nothing living left alive anywhere near them.
Yeah. Well, if you can pull up the schematic, the boiler room is pretty much right underneath that stack. And when those boilers blow,
This is the Carpathia schematics.
right there, there's a boiler. So if that boiler blows, right where it's at,
She's gonna take all of this with her,
she's going to blow outwards.
and she's gonna take... Yeah,
So if a boiler did blow,
they were
she
gonna...
would have been on fire.
Yep.
So she never blew a boiler. And she didn't blow a rod.
Oops. That's... Now, to also solve your whole conspiracy theory, the Olympic and the Titanic, side by side. For everybody sitting there going through and saying, oh, the Olympic was sank in place of the Titanic. And blah, blah, blah. No, the fuck she wasn't. No, the fuck she wasn't. All of this is open on the... Exactly! Exactly! They are not the same ship. They are nowhere near identical. Figured I'd throw that rant in there for a second. The Titanic to the size of a modern cruise ship. You cannot see the cruise ship in this.
Yeah, you can. I can see the cruise ship in it. What if we turn off that light?
You want to turn it off? See if
Oh, I
we
gotta get
lose.
up.
See if we get a better screen, because I don't know how to adjust the screen on this one.
I can see
Okay,
the
if
ship.
they can see the ship, they can
I can't even find the fucking
down,
switch.
down, down. There you go. It's at the base. It's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's better. That's much better.
But yeah, Titanic compared to...
Table up my ass.
But this...
Oh.
This is...
That's a quadruple expansion engine.
what the Carpathia had. This is what she was running.
It just means more room for the steam. It's a basic four-stroke cylinder. Four-stroke engine.
Give me just a second, because there is actually... Somebody did actually do a...
I had a new hat.
Yes, he's gonna... His new hat.
It says hold fast. Evie got it for me. My oldest daughter got me a new hat. And I'm wearing it.
Where is the video that I saved for the Carpathia? Because somebody said somebody wrote a really touching poem.
Does it make you feel young again, being back in school? I better watch it. She's going to start making old man jokes.
Is this it? TikTok, what the fuck is going on with you?
Absolutely the fuck not. What was that, like 20 years ago?
See if I can find it.
Hey, I graduated college in like 2014, so I don't want to hear it.
I know the poem will at least definitely make will definitely make Ashley tear up. I can fucking find it.
What?
I gotta find the video of the Carpathia that I saved, because there is a poem that somebody wrote from the spirit of the ship. And it's one that I know.
What are you in school for now?
Quit telling me there's no fucking internet connection. Are we still broadcasting?
Yes, we're still broadcasting. That screen turned off.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why.
Didn't you already go through that to be a TAO? Or is that a different electronic warfare? This thing's not working.
It lost the internet connection. I don't know why. But another thing, the Carpathia, the Carpathia, she had,
Is even the right remote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming back on. Now, the Carpathia was primarily second and third class passengers. Meaning, they had they had little to no belongings. But they were throwing them overboard.
To lighten the ship and make it go faster.
To help give the Carpathia every bit of advantage that she could. I
thought you already went to surface warfare school.
The captain turned
How many
off...
fucking surface warfare schools are there?
The captain turned off the heat.
No, you stupid fucking piece of shit! Can you just skip the poem?
No.
Yeah. So you have to go through warfare school again in order to go to electronic warfare school. Because that makes sense.
The video I had saved had the damn thing.
Because there's this thing called radar, and we can pick up enemy ships with radar. Hey, there are all these things that are made of fucking metal, produce an EM field. We learned this in basic fucking science fiction and science fiction shows, and oh yeah, they produce this electromagnetic field because we have these things called fucking magnets, and we can sniff them out with our fucking radar and other fucking shit.
Here we go. Now, I know Ashley will understand this one very well.
Fucking God, if you don't fucking work, I'm going to chuck something at you.
I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if it's the dongle or the TV itself. But somebody wrote, I'm gonna try to do this without crying.
No, you're not. You're just gonna fucking cry. That's what you do. Just get the fucking poem and send it to him.
Here.
No, I'm not gonna read it.
Right there, you read it.
I did not know why my sailors had started scrambling. All I knew was they started...
Would you like me to write it down instead? Just right there.
Why is just 3 of them?
Because I put 3 of them on there. Quit.
I did not know why my sailors had started scrambling. All I knew was they started feeding me more coal. As my boilers lit with the heat of my crew's determination, my battle song was the whispered prayers among them. They needed me. They needed speed. And I would not stop. I would not melt. I would not fail them. We go north like hell, the Carpathia's machine spirit.
Said I know, I know Ashley will definitely resonate with that. Because she, just like everybody else, well, she's the other one most recently who's been on a boat.
We could pull a Benny with the government, but you're not going to like the outcome of that.
And she is very much well aware of the fact that we're not playing American Idol!
Wait, what?
It stopped on one of the lives. I need to get my mirror feed back up. My screen mirroring back up.
American Idol sucks.
Can we connect now? No.
No, you suck.
No American Idol. American Idol hasn't put out a decent singer since Carrie Underwood.
Fuck this, I'm grabbing a wet hole. Oh, snap, son, it's Tangerine! How do I suck?
I've been drinking.
She's
What are you
been
talking
drinking.
about?
And this is my first one. I was
That's
drinking
actually his
alone.
first one in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I haven't really been drinking. You know, if you pay more attention to us, you'd fucking know that.
Now, can we...
I don't drink all the time. Visa getting... I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Alright. Let's bring... Voila. We're back. Looks like we also don't have a lot of lag anymore.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, she is in
too.
school, so she can't launch a fucking cruise missile at me, so, you know, she's been too busy getting fucked up the ass.
Anyway. Anyway, as Levi read out, somebody did write that about from the Carpathia's point of view. And it is kind of emotional. At least for people who believe that the...
No, I just know how to turn my...
I, unfortunately...
Oh, go for it. But I know how to shut my emotions on and off, which that's why I'm so fucking dangerous.
Anyway. So, yes, there is that. I have no idea who wrote it. I found it in a TikTok comment.
Is it bad I'd rather be where Morgan's at right now?
Anyway.
It is 9 fucking degrees.
I have 10 on my watch.
It is single digits. I'm sick of this shit.
Oh, excuse me. I don't come with that switch, unfortunately.
That's because most of us are fucking autistic, you dumb.
There's a potential chance I might be autistic. I just gotta go get tested for it. But again, it's kind of...
You say that like it's a sexually transmitted disease. I might have it. I don't know. I have to go get tested for it.
You're about to get fucking nut tapped. I mean, it would explain why I jive with all you guys anyway. So I gotta go officially get diagnosed. Let's be honest, I got all y'all.
Ashley, hold on. We have to address something. Ashley, we have to point something out here, honey. I sent Morgan the what you said about you being stupid and Morgan having autism and me being clinically insane because I'm able to process information at a, I don't know, faster than light fucking astronomical speed. You're not stupid. You are brilliant. You really are. So don't ever fucking call yourself stupid again, or I will find out where you are and
You just got a different
put baby
speciality.
powder on my hand and pimp slap you.
Flour.
Baby powder.
No, use flour. Flour gets everywhere.
I am quoting a fucking movie.
I know, but I'm telling you to use flour
It is
instead of
baby powder.
Anyway.
And if she's seen the movie, she knows exactly what I'm talking
about. I really am, Mom. Unfortunately.
You have to be, because we're all fucking retards.
But, I mean... Anyway.
I'm still waiting on my tickets to the Enterprise.
Anyway. But yes, the,
No, you have the uppies, because you're like 6 feet fucking tall.
I'm too short! I'm only 5'2". I can't do uppies unless I'm the one going uppies.
How many people did she actually rescue?
The Carpathia?
Yeah.
When she finally got there, she rescued 712 from the Titanic.
Titanic had roughly, 2,500 passengers?
Yes.
1,500 went down with her? No, 1,200. Right?
Fuck me.
Maybe later.
Excuse the fuck out of you? No one told you.
Actually, yes. I didn't picture you at 6 feet tall. I pictured you roughly 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". I'm not trying to be mean about it. I just didn't picture you as 6 feet tall.
She took 1,500 souls with her.
So 1,200. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah, so she had roughly 1,200 souls on board.
Most of them third-class passengers.
She had approximately 2,224 on board.
2,200?
22, 24.
So 2,200.
I have no idea what's going on with this. This is our first night using it. She had over 1,500 fatalities. And the 712 of them are rescued by the Carpathia. Do not put that on... Now, one of the biggest misconceptions that a lot of people want to go through and say is that the Titanic didn't have enough lifeboats.
Do it again.
That's one of the common misconceptions, that she didn't have enough lifeboats. That's actually wrong. She had...
I fucking dare you. Do it again.
She had more than enough lifeboats. But you had the first
only
class...
Ashley likes those dark-looking motherfuckers?
Because you
Antique
have...
farm equipment?
The first class...
Oh!
Ouch.
Actually, the last couple ones that got shot by federal agents were white.
They're mostly idiots anyway.
One was in a car and tried to run one over. And the other guy was a VA nurse who was carrying in Minnesota, open carry, and
he had a SIG.
And he had a 320 on him. See? I told you, mother prevents everything. All I have to do is just threaten the fucking TV with her. And I fixed it.
No, you didn't fix it. Can you get him water? He is literally licking the bottom of the water.
Fuck Beretta. Hey! Can I fill your water dish?
Now.
I have an HK.
So she likes the Beretta. She likes the HK. You like the SIG.
I don't like 320s.
Nobody likes 320s.
I don't buy cheap fucking pistols.
I mean, the only reason why I've got the 365 that I have is because it fits nicely.
That's my cheapest pistol. That's $500. But yet again, there's a reason why that's...
A certified tool remover.
There's a reason why that is only $500.
But anyway, but yes, the...
What's a certified tool remover?
I would assume the 320.
Yeah.
But get moving with the two that we are comparing. Hey, can you not fucking lag? Luckily for me, I already checked through all of my gallery to make sure that I didn't have any unfortunate pictures.
When are you going to graduate to the big boy bullets, honey? When are you going to carry a 45?
I carry a 9.
She carries a 10.
Anyway.
You carry a 9 because it's small and compact.
Because I have small and compact hands.
Yeah.
It's literally safer for me.
She's fucking 6 foot. A 10 mil comes. A 10 mil USP is a full size.
Anyway, after she went to rescue the Titanic, which is what put her on the board.
And so they're all fucked up on cot. Oh, trust me, 45 is the way to go.
But
because shooting twice is just stupid.
She first became famous because of her rescue of the Titanic.
I'll put my 45 against your 10 mil any day, and I'll still come on top.
But she, like a lot of ships, she was drafted
as a
troop carrier
in World War One.
In World War One, which is where she met her fate on the 17th of July, 1918. And that was when it took 3 torpedoes to fucking sink her. 3.
It may have won 2 world wars, but it was in service for over 100 years. Over 100 years with the U.S. military.
We can argue about guns later. We're supposed to be talking about these lovely ladies. Well, this coral reef and this lovely lady.
They're both coral reefs.
Yes, but this one stunk. This one sunk because of stupidity.
Technically, they both got sunk because of stupidity.
This one at least went out an arrow. She at least lived her maiden voyage. The Titanic didn't, because she was trying to break some kind of fucking record.
So, when are you all coming to Michigan?
June 21st, 2028. Save the date.
Yes, that's when we're getting married, by the way.
We just don't know where yet. We have a date. We just don't have a time or a place yet.
You bitch. You bitch.
You want the belt or the wooden spoon? And just remember, y'all started this.
I'll be in my bunk.
Anyway, y'all are gonna have to come down early because I'm gonna need, real female friends.
Yes,
to help.
and we're having a joint bachelorette party too, so we need your help on that.
Yeah, I need help dress shopping as well.
On or up?
On. But in all seriousness...
Yeah, seriously though.
I need help picking out dresses and, the whole wedding experience. Because I didn't get that in my first marriage. So. But yes.
It's 2 years from now. 2028.
Yeah, 2028. Now.
You're not going to be stuck over there for 2 years. Hey, what's the current temp over there?
Can I have the fucking picture that I fucking wanted?
So I would just slot it now. Ashley and Morgan, take your leave now.
It's 2 years out.
That is a really bad photo.
That's the other one I can find.
No, it's a really bad photo.
Oh, it's the only one I can find. And these are also the wreckage. 2 of these are wrecks, and one of these is a fucking scrapyard. I hate you.
It is.
It's currently 9.
It is a 21-degree difference. No, that can't be right. 39-degree difference.
But the wreck of the Titanic.
Yeah, we know what the wreck of the Titanic is.
The Titanic looks like. It's definitely warmer where both of you guys are at. It's currently 9 here.
It's not even safe to go out and have sex in the snow. You get frostbite almost immediately.
Anyway, moving on. These 3 are sisters. This one did not. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Thank you. And this is the wreckage of course, the Carpathia. Why are you staring at it as if it holds the secrets of the universe? Are you stoned?
No, it just looks like one of those mobile cranes that are literally sitting on it.
That's what she looks like when she was found after being torpedoed.
She doesn't want to do it in the truck.
The truck's not comfortable. But yes, she was, because of what had happened when she went to go get the Titanic, she was never able to reach her
14 knots. She can only make 12.
She was never able to reach her full speed again.
So please come on over and show us how it's done. And bring a few upgrades with you. Because I know for a fucking fact you have better technology than us. Ask me how I know.
But she was never able to reach her top speed ever again. Now, some people go through and say that that's the reason why she wasn't able to outrun the torpedoes or the German sub that sank her, because she couldn't get her speed back up.
One, U-boat at that time would have been lying in ambush, and two, if you're only making 12 knots, and at that time an oxygen-powered torpedo was making 25 knots or up to 26 knots, even if you could make 21 knots, you're not going to outrun it.
And like I said, I basically was like, yeah, no, if a German sub was wanted, because that was it World War One or World War Two is when it was one when they were doing the wolf packs.
Two.
So one, yeah, because we couldn't locate them, so they could actually send one out, just a single submarine out. They didn't start it until World War Two when they started hunting at wolf packs.
One is where you see the infancy of radio direction finding and echolocation on ships. Two is where you have radar and sonar and all that good shit.
Okay, since that was all still in its infancy during World War One, they could actually just send a single sub out. And okay, so I was.
Two is when Carl Donitz revolutionized how they hunted in wolf packs and stuff like that.
Right, I knew it was during one of the.
And then, fun fact, when they brought him on trial for unrestricted warfare hunting in wolf packs, you want to know who he brought in for his defense?
Oh.
Chester Nimitz.
Fair.
He's like, nope. Chester Nimitz did the exact same in the Pacific. And you're not bringing him up my trial. That is why I refuse to call every single German a Nazi.
Because they really weren't. Some of them were just regular army or regular military.
Rommel wasn't a Nazi. Donitz wasn't a Nazi.
Well,
where are you going now? And how did SWIC training go? You never said if you passed. I hope you get stationed at Great Lakes. I really do.
We'll put it within driving distance of us.
Oh, I hope she gets right fucking downtown Chicago. That way she can see the scum and villainy of the fucking universe.
If she ever chooses to leave the base.
You can't live on base there.
You don't have to live on base to never leave the base. It's called never leaving your office.
She's gonna need that fucking... She's gonna need them pistols. Oh wait, you can't have them in fucking Illinois.
You can have them. Just good luck getting a fucking... Because Illinois is one of the few states that will not honor any kind of carry permit from another state. There's only a handful that won't. Illinois happens to be one of them.
Because Illinois is blue.
And we all know California is one of the others. But... So yeah, she...
back to Virginia?
Yep. I would assume so.
So she's going to be within spitting distance of Morgan. Oh, great. So now I have to drive to fucking Virginia to see both of them. Good. Now I can kidnap them all in one state. Well, 2 states. Technically, Morgan lives in fucking Maryland. RTX Corp.
You're going to look that up because I know nothing about it.
Care to share with the class what the fuck RTX Corp is? I know it's a corporation.
It's just me.
Honk.
Titanic versus a modern school
Oh!
bus.
They're the ones that make the Aegis system. That's why.
Different size comparisons.
They're also the ones that make the Tomahawk, the Harpoon, the Sparrows, the AIM-9s.
I forgot whose engines this was. Excuse you.
That's a Marine diesel.
Oh yeah, these are the modern engines that are on modern cruise ships.
Actually, I don't think that's on a cruise ship. I think that might be on a cruise ship.
That's what showed up when we did the Google search.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's on a cruise ship.
But that's what modern engines.
That could be a fucking
Any
diesel
ship.
generator. Quadruple expansion.
And the Carpathia schematics. And that's the last of the images I have saved. So let's go back to our
The later coming models and
Neat.
Those are surface radars, right? Yeah, she may know what. Is it bad I know exactly what the fuck that is without her even fucking telling me?
Anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's really. Now there are stories. Again, these are all stories. Very little of it's historical fact. But there are stories saying that the reason why the Carpathia didn't have any of the catastrophic failures that you would expect from her pushing her engines and pushing her boilers the way she did
Faith, trust, and pixie dust.
is that the souls of the Titanic who had already perished were holding that ship together. That's why she didn't fly apart. That's why she didn't blow up. That's why nothing bad happened to her. The captain fully believed that that the ocean would not harm a ship on her way to rescue another. But the ocean does get her due. She does take what's paying for her. But when she went down, she only lost 7 crew members. So she only lost 7 when she was finally torpedoed. And now, one of the other things that I find kind of interesting is that she was only sank after the captain, who was the Cunard line was in competition with the White Star line and the Northern German Lloyd. And she was in competition with a lot of people. I've completely lost the conversation in the chat. Who was her captain at that time? I have that information, but where the fuck did it go?
Surface Electronic Warfare Improvement
Okay.
Program. combatant surface.
The
Sea whip.
Yep, he looks so focused. The captain of the Carpathia was Arthur Rostrom. And he was captain of the Carpathia for the night the Titanic went down, and
I really don't know about the surface warfare shit. I know about the radars, but this is something different, so it kind of triggered my curiosity. That's why I'm looking it up. This is genuinely something I don't know about. I've heard about them, so I kind of want to look it up.
Now, there was a story, I don't know how true it was, but that there was a story that said the Carpathia actually brought one of the lifeboats from the Titanic back to New York so that at least a piece of the Titanic
they would have to
could make her maiden voyage.
No, they
could complete her maiden voyage.
They would fully recover whatever was there. If you think about it, if you look at the size of the Carpathia compared to the size of the Titanic, if they recovered 720 people from the Titanic from lifeboats, they would definitely bring the fucking lifeboats on. Because now they have more people than they have lifeboats for. So yeah, hey, we're going to keep the fucking lifeboats.
I just said that they were brought back to New York. Of course, they would have
Where are you going now?
But
and next time you see like 800 million laying around, slip 10 million my way, would you?
But she actually got to.
How do you design something like this?
She actually got to the site of the Titanic an hour and a half after the Titanic had already sank, taking all the souls that she was going to take with her.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty fucking fast.
And that's not bad considering. And it took 4.5 hours to get the 712 that she did rescue on board the Carpathia.
Okay, 712, not 720. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it took 4.5 hours to get them, the survivors, on board.
4.5 hours?
Yep, to get them all on board.
Well, yeah, because by that time they were spread all over the fucking place.
Yep.
And so she went down at what, 2:20 a.m.? Titanic went down at 2:20 a.m.,
yeah,
right?
She went down at 2:20.
She probably received the first distress signal. Carpathia received the first distress signal at what time?
I have it. His shift, the radio operator shift, ended at midnight. But he continued to listen to the transmitter. He received messages from Cape Cod, stating they had previous traffic for Titanic. He thought he would be helpful, and at 11 after 12 on the morning of the 15th, sent a message to Titanic stating that Cape Cod had traffic for them. In reply, he received the Titanic's distress signal.
At what time?
So they received the distress signal at 12:11 a.m.
And she hit the iceberg at 11:40 at night. So roughly.
And they only got it because
30 minutes after.
Yeah. And they only got it because the radio operator was continuing to listen, and they had a message from Cape Cod. So they were trying to bounce a message to the Titanic.
So she's designing the Block 5 Sea Whip.
So when he got the distress call, he took it seriously and immediately reported it to he didn't even go to whoever was on watch. He immediately went down to the captain and said, we need to we need to get going. The radio operator, Harold Cottam, I think is his name. I think is how you pronounce it. I don't know if it's a typo. It's Cottam as in Mike. The captain had asked if he was absolutely certain it was a distress signal from the Titanic. He said yes, he was absolutely certain. They were set course to he immediately was like, okay, cool, set course for the Titanic. And it is chief engineer, not master engineer. It is chief engineer.
Well, like I said, they're British. You can never get them right.
And set for the chief engineer and told him to call another watch of stokers and make all possible speed to the Titanic as she was in trouble. Rostrom later testified that the distance to the Titanic was...
But how does this shit work?
Well, this is 58.2 nautical miles, which is roughly 67 miles. And it took Carpathia 3.5 hours to arrive to Titanic's location, by which time she had already sank. So she cut at least a half hour off of her time. So a lot of the stories saying she got there in 2.5, an hour, 30 minutes, are all just wishful exaggerations. So they got there after she sank. Rostrom ordered the ship's heating and hot water cut off in order to make as much steam as possible available for the engines. Had extra lookouts on watch to spot icebergs. He ordered 3 doctors to wait in each of the class's dining saloons to tend to survivors of each class. And for blankets, ladders, and mail sacks to be put at each gangway door for survivors. Cottam, meanwhile, messaged the Titanic that the Carpathia was coming as quickly as possible and expected to reach their location within 4 hours. Cottam refrained from sending more signals after this, trying to keep the network clear for Titanic's distress signals. Carpathia reached the edge of the ice field by 2:45 a.m. By then, the Titanic had already sunk.
She stuck her ass in it and here said goodnight.
For the next 2 hours, dodging icebergs as small growlers of ice ground along the hull plates, Carpathia arrived at the distress call position at 4 a.m. So again, after she sank. Approximately an hour and a half after the Titanic went down. And
that's pretty fucking quick. Considering you have considering she's only got a single stack. And then for the next 4.5 hours, the ship took on 712 survivors from Titanic's lifeboats. The captain decided that the survivors should be hoisted aboard ship through the between-deck entrances nearest the waterline.
So, yeah, there's a lot of, and the liner docked, Thursday, April 18th, under heavy rain. She docked first at Pier 59, which was the White Star Liner pier. And she brought the Titanic's 13 lifeboats before she went to her own pier at Pier 54 to disembark the remaining survivors. For the rescue work, the crew of the Carpathia was awarded multiple medals by the survivors. Crew members were awarded bronze medals, officers silver, and the captain was awarded a silver cup and a gold medal.
Wow.
And they were presented by Margaret Brown. Rostrum was knighted by King George V.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And was later a guest of President William Howard Taft.
I was about to say, there's a.
I was like, wait a second, where the fuck is the last name? At the White House. He was presented with the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest honor the United States Congress could confer upon an individual. So, he came out of that, him and his crew came out of that decorated as fuck.
And so,
for civilian passenger liner.
A few days later, when the ship got blown the fuck out from underneath them.
But not with Rodstrom as the captain.
Oh.
He was reassigned. And that was when she was blown up. Because the ocean always takes what's hers. Always takes what's due. He was right about one thing. She had a more or less clear path.
Then explain the Britannic.
She went down so fucking fast.
And yet, the loss of lives was minimum.
I mean, the Carpathia, when she went down, she only lost 7 crew members. All other hands survived. The ocean doesn't want the crew. Not necessarily. In the Carpathia's case, one of the theories around her is that, again, the ocean did allow her to go to the rescue of those 712. In return, the ocean kind of made a deal with the spirit of the ship.
Like that just a bit longer.
I will allow you to survive. I will allow you to survive. I will allow you to go rescue these guys. I will take you in the end.
How much longer do you think the Carpathia would have went on going if World War I never happened? Chances are she would have been scrapped a lot sooner because her engine room was totally shot.
Yep.
World War I was her saving grace and her demise, all at the same time.
But because she was a transport, she got to go down the hero that she was. If you want to think about it.
Well, she went down with honor, so.
Again, the spirit of the Carpathia made a deal with the ocean that day. You let me go get who I can, and you can have me when it's time. You can take me at a time of your choosing. I honestly don't think, regardless of whether World War I broke out or not, I do not think the Carpathia was ever going to get scrapped. I think she was destined, after what she did with the Titanic, I think she was destined to go down.
That's horseshit. I don't think she, go down like sinking?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think she was destined
Because
to go down in.
Aside from the SS United States, because that's nobody really gives a shit about passenger liners.
Right.
They're too expensive to maintain.
Right.
And they can't be brought back to service. That is why we make all of our fucking battleships, except for the fucking Enterprise, CV6.
Right.
And CV65, museum ships.
Mm-hmm.
That's why all of our fucking battleships, like the Massachusetts, the Alabama, the North Dakota, and all 4 of our Iowas, and the Texas.
Yeah.
And a few destroyers and submarines and other aircraft carriers, because I think we have like 2 Essex classes and 2 Midway class carriers out there that are museum ships.
Yeah.
We turn them into museums. Because we have the funding. There's no way in fucking hell if the Olympic would have survived, or if, God forbid...
The Olympic did survive.
Like I said.
She was the one that was scrapped.
Yeah. If she would have survived.
Oh. If she wasn't scrapped is what you mean.
Or if the Britannic would have survived, or even all 3 of the sisters would have survived.
These 3 sisters.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that is a tiny ass picture.
That's why it's so bad.
I did not realize that.
Britain only has 1 or 2 museum ships.
I know the only passenger liner ship that she has that is a museum ship is
the Queen Mary.
Queen Mary, and she is haunted as fuck.
And she's in California. Notice where she's docked.
Is she?
She is docked in the States.
I thought she was docked in the UK.
No, she is docked in the fucking States because we bought her.
It was the only way to save her. She is an absolutely gorgeous ship.
And I think there's only like...
She's what, the RMS Queen Mary?
I want to say so.
Yeah, she's...
Queen Mary the Second. Queen Mary 2. Okay, the Queen Mary.
Yeah. She is... And
that's because she's a literal floating hotel.
But see, she's only a 3-stack, though. Compared
That's
to the
because by that time
Titanic.
they were using steam. They were using diesels.
But she is absolutely gorgeous. She is a beautiful ship.
So here's a question for Ashley, if she's still with us.
Yeah, here's a black and white of her, the Queen Mary.
What's going to start happening to all these Arleigh Burkes once we start replacing them? Are we going to save some for museum ships? Or are we going to sell them off? Or are we going to scrap them?
Why is the Queen Mary so haunted? Yeah,
I guess
Kelsey
Ashley's
can
not
actually
here.
Fucking spell. Those are all images. Okay. She reportedly has a long history of apparently over 150 reported deaths. She was a World War II troop transport. Yeah, that would account for a lot of her.
Ashley, you still here?
Room B340 is apparently the most haunted room. Let's see. The engine room door number 13, an 18-year-old crew member was crushed to death here in 66. Or she's not paying attention, one of the two. Visitors here reportedly hearing screaming, seeing a man in blue overalls, and hearing the door shut. The first-class swimming pool is considered a vortex of energy. Visitors report seeing the spirit of a young girl named Jackie, a woman in a 1930s bathing suit or swimsuit, hearing children's laughter. During WW2, the ship acted as a troop transport and accidentally cut its own escort vessel in half. Whoops. kill you one of these days. Yeah, she accidentally cut her escort in half.
Fucking Olympic did the same thing. HMS Eagle.
Yep. And the Britannic would have left short.
Olympic did it twice.
The Britannic did it once as
well.
No,
Olympic
she hit
never
a
did
tugboat. The Britannic hit a tugboat.
The Olympic did it twice. I'm dead serious. The Olympic did it twice. First one was HMS Eagle. The second one was post-World War One.
Well, the Titanic couldn't hit a boat, so she had to hit one for her little sister.
It was the sister ship of the Huron Lighthouse. Or Huron Lightship. Not Lighthouse, Lightship.
Well, the Britannic was in dry dock because she hit a tugboat. The Titanic sank on her maiden voyage. I mean, yeah, she hit an iceberg, but she didn't hit a boat.
I showed you the Huron Lightship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course the Olympic had to hit two ships. She had to hit one for her younger sister. So that all three of them could have a...
Like, no, literally, she ran it the fuck over.
I know. You've told me before.
I think it was off the coast of Nantucket, or it had to be off the coast of fucking New York or something.
Let's see. So that's believed to be why she has so many spirits aboard hers, because when, she killed hundreds when she,
I'm out of frame. You're gonna have to, like...
There we go. Which is believed brought many spirits aboard. So yeah, she's just a creepy ship. But she is gorgeous, though.
I'm not staying on it.
I didn't tell you to stay on it. But I honestly believe that the Carpathia was never destined for scrap. That
It would have been scrapped.
because of the
No, she would have been scrapped.
because of her impeccable feat, the ocean was going to claim her. She was never going to be allowed to be scrapped. The ocean would not allow it. She'd sink her before she let the British turn her into scrap.
No, she would have been turned to scrap. I hate to tell you, too. She would have been turned into scrap.
Honestly, she would have been a good one for the British to turn into a museum. Purely because of the fact that she pulled off the fucking impossible.
You have the one submarine you saw in Transformers, which I can't think of. You have the HMS Belfast, which is a fucking light cruiser. And then you have the HMS Victory. They don't save their fucking ships.
I know.
It's
a tragedy.
They were as a sea power. It's like, oh, we projected sea power for 600 years or some stupid bullshit. I'm probably exaggerating.
They were one of the most powerful navies in the world.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, we don't give a shit about it. They have 2 aircraft carriers. They can't afford them.
Honestly, the sea is a fickle mistress.
We have like 12. Well, we have more than 12. I'm not going to go into the amphibious assault ships because I wouldn't necessarily call them a true aircraft carrier. I'm talking about the Nimitz and Vor classes.
Well, because
we have 11 because
the sea,
the Nimitz is being retarded.
She is a fickle mistress. You don't turn your back on her and you don't disrespect her.
Kind of like the state of fucking Michigan.
And the Great Lakes are the same as well. You don't disrespect them and you treat them with respect and they will respect you. Honestly, because of the fact that it is no coincidence that after the... Or doesn't feel like a coincidence. That after the captain who ran her the way they ran her to go save the Titanic, is reassigned that she sunk.
Yeah, how many years? In what? Was he reassigned immediately after the sinking of the Titanic, or was he reassigned shortly before the sinking of the Carpathia? In what year was he reassigned?
I don't think it actually.
You'd actually have to look up his dates as captain of the Carpathia.
I'm just gonna look to see if. By chance. Yeah, her aftermath. She was she was sunk on the 15th of July, 1918. She left Liverpool in a convoy bound for Boston, carrying 57 passengers, 36 saloon class, 21 steerage, and 166 crew.
Still doesn't say. You'd actually have
Hold
to
on,
look up
I'm looking at who was captain at the time, first and foremost. They were zigzagging along in escorts according to procedure against submarine attacks. Her escort left the convoy early in the morning. The 17th of July, the convoy was cut in half. Carpathia continued west along with 6 other ships, and as the largest in the convoy, she assumed the role of the Commodore ship, which I'm assuming is like a flagship of the convoy. Okay.
That's where the Commodore sits.
Yeah, I was just 3.5 hours later at 9:15 a.m. she was sailing southwest. A torpedo was sighted approaching her port side. For those who don't know the difference between port and starboard, that's her left side.
And right side.
Well, it's the port side because it faces the port. It's starboard because it faces outward.
But what if you pull in at the starboard side? Then it faces the port.
Then it's the port side.
No, it's not. I've had this conversation with somebody who was actually in the fucking Navy as well. And then her dad was in the Coast Guard. I'm like, why do they call them portholes if they're on the starboard side as well? Because that makes no fucking sense.
I don't understand it either. Starboard is right, port is left.
Yeah. But it's not because they pull it that way into port. Because you can pull into port on the starboard side.
I know. I've had boats more up.
On the starboard side.
On the starboard side.
Not just the port side.
All
make more sense if they call it, the leeward and windward. But that would confuse the fuck out of people because the leeward is windward side, or leeward is, wow.
You got the leeward side and the wayward side.
Yeah. Well, leeward and windward is how the wind blows as well.
Honestly, the best way to go through and put it is green or fucking red. Because red is right, green is left.
And white's bow.
I'd have dust up that knowledge, but I trust you.
Yeah, you put a white navigation light in the bow.
I know. Torpedo was approaching her port side. The engines were thrown into full astern, which I believe is backwards, yeah. And the helm was turned hard to starboard, near the
right.
Yep. So turned to the right, but it was too late to avoid the torpedo. The Carpathia was torpedoed near number 3 hatch on the port side by the Imperial Imperial German Navy submarine SMU-55, followed by a second which penetrated the engine room, killing 3 firemen and 2 trimmers, effectively disabling her ability to escape. As the engines were rendered inoperable by the second torpedo impact, the explosion severely damaged Carpathia's electrical gear, including the wireless radio apparatus, as well as 2 of the ship's lifeboat. As a result, Captain William
Prothero.
Good, because I was going to butcher that. In command of the Carpathia.
Sound that out. Prothero.
Okay, so he was in command of the Carpathia since 1916. So
2 years. There's a 2-year lapse.
Yeah, so her original captain was gone. Signaled the other ships in the convoy to send out wireless messages by using flags. And then she had rockets fired to attract the attention of nearby patrol boats. The remaining convoy steamed away at full speed to elude the submarine. As the Carpathia began to settle by the head and list to port, meaning she started doing this to the left side, the captain gave the order to abandon ship. All passengers and surviving crew members loaded the 11 lifeboats as Carpathia sank. There were 218 survivors of 223 aboard. As the passengers and crew disembarked, the captain, the chief officer, first and second officers, and the gunner remained on the sinking ship. Seeing to it all confidential books and documents were thrown overboard. The captain then signaled one of the lifeboats to come alongside. Him and the remaining crew member abandoned their ship. U-55 surfaced and fired a third torpedo. I told you she was struck 3 times. And it took 3 to fully sink her. You kept saying 2.
I did?
Yes. She started sinking on the second one. Because the second one did more damage. Completely disabling her.
You just wasted a torpedo at that point.
Fired a third torpedo into the ship near the gunner's rooms, resulting in a massive explosion that doomed the Carpathia.
That probably hit the magazine.
Considering it was aimed at the gunner's room, yeah.
Well, they didn't really know what the fuck they were aiming at. They were probably aiming for a vital spot.
U-55 started approaching the lifeboats with the "You speak German better than I fucking do."
It's a flower. Azalea.
Oh, the azalea. Oh, okay.
It's not it's not German.
Whatever. Anyway.
It's a sloop.
When the Azalea class sloop, HMS Snowdrop.
HMS is His Majesty's ship.
Okay.
It's not German.
No, I'd never seen Azalea written out before, so I didn't know. Anyway, HMS Snowdrop arrived on the scene and drove away the submarine with gunfire before picking up the survivors around 1 o'clock. So, she sank at 11 a.m., recorded by the Snowdrop as 49 degrees.
Don't even try to... Here, do you know how to read that?
I should, but my brain is refusing.
49 degrees, 25 minutes north by 10 degrees, 25 minutes west.
Thank you. My brain was reading it, but my mouth, it refused to register. About 1 hour and 45 minutes after the torpedo strike, approximately 120 miles west of Fastnet. At the time of her sinking, Carpathia was the 5th Cunard steamship sunk in as many weeks. Others being... Oh, my eyes are refusing to focus.
Ascania, Estonia, Dwinsk, and Valentina, leaving only 5 Cunarders afloat from the large pre-war fleet.
So, yeah. It took 3... Well, she was already sinking with the first... She was damaged by the first one, started to sink on the second one, and then guaranteed to sink and blow up on the third one. I guess the Germans didn't want to take any chances of her being rescued.
Do you know how they count kills? They
No,
count
I
kills
honestly
by
don't.
tonnage.
So they wanted to guarantee they got the kill.
So if they knew that they had targeted the Carpathia, and if they knew for a fact it was Carpathia, they knew for a fact that Carpathia weighed gross rating tonnage is 13,600 tons. So that means U-55 or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was U-55.
U-55 just sunk 13,000 tons.
Gotcha.
But it took 3 fucking torpedoes.
Well, one, for lack of a better term, basically grazed her.
But the thing is, it took 3 torpedoes.
Yeah.
But 3 torpedoes and 13,000 tons, that's not bad. Because even up until World War II in the Atlantic, most U-boat attacks, until they started in convoys, they would surface and sink them with the deck guns.
I wonder if I can find a picture of U-55. I doubt it. But it doesn't hurt to look.
Just type in U-55. U-55.
There she is.
So that should be 100. That should be a 55. That should be probably a 105 millimeter deck gun. Just go to Wikipedia. Nope. Gotta remember, the U in
Stood for underwater, I know.
Well, it stood for Unterseepool.
Yeah, underwater, undersea. What's the difference?
U-55 World War One. You have to go back.
Oh, yeah, that's... I didn't realize the,
Yeah, they used a lot of shit. SM, right there, the first one.
First one?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks a little bit more...
Because it has...
Type 51 U-boat, Imperial German...
There you go.
There we go,
Imperial
yep.
German Navy during the first.
There we go.
So SM is...
I was wondering why it had said, when I pulled up the wiki originally, it had said, Nazi. I was like, wait a second. That doesn't seem right. Alright, so... She was... U-55. She was ordered...
3,500 tons.
She was ordered in 1914. I don't know why this isn't in the dark mode. It's pissing me off.
It's not in dark mode.
I know. I said I don't know why it's not in dark
That's
mode.
fine. Armament. .88 millimeter. So I had two 88s. on the deck guns. So technically, what they would have done if she wasn't traveling in a convoy is...
Okay, here are her victories. 61 merchant ships sank. 3 auxiliary warships sank. 7 merchant ships damaged. 2 merchant ships taken as prize.
Which means they ordered it.
That's
captured.
Not bad for 14 patrols.
So, right here, 126,000 gross registered tons. So, 3 reserve auxiliary were 7,000.
Why are you not in dark mode? Trying to put this in dark mode so that, everybody can friggin' see it. And it's not an assault on... Oh, it's Wikipedia. It doesn't do dark mode. That's why. But let's see. USM U-55. Let's see. She took out the HMT Orishino at 172 tonnage. And that was sunk. So... Two of these are Swedish names that I'm not going to be able to pronounce. Or at least not correctly. Tele?
What?
The names of the ships that...
Atlee.
Atlee, she was captured as a prize.
Talavera
was captured as prize.
Marina. Ethel, Eden, Solid.
Will you
Artist.
slow down? Because you're screwing up my system.
You're just going on about the U-boat now, and it's like 10:45. And I can't sit like this forever. It's starting to hurt. Indy! For the love of God, stop hitting the fucking camera. Dumbass.
They sunk the Geneva.
That's not the Geneva.
Oh, no.
That's the Guinevere.
I misread
Actually,
it.
that's the Genevieve.
I misread it.
That's actually Evie's name with a G instead of a J. And a few other letters. That's Genevieve.
She was never given... I don't... Oh, yeah, there it is. Carpathia. 13,603 gross tons. Obviously her fate was... She was sunk. So... That's the submarine that took out the Carpathia, who rescued the 700. Actually, I think she rescued the only survivors off the Titanic.
Yes.
And apparently had a very fucking decorated captain. And then the sea reclaimed what was hers.
Yep. And that's the story of the Carpathia.
So, honestly, she needs a movie. Her own movie, not a documentary. But a movie.
But what would you call it?
There's actually a bunch of proposed names that I saw on TikTok. One of them is North Like Hell. They want to name the movie the North Like Hell. Even though the captain never said those words.
Holding out for a hero?
No, that would be the Titanic. But...
Yeah, can we please make a goddamn movie? Okay, because I was... Okay, so here's my thing. So, let's talk about movies for a second.
Do you still want the screen up or can I kill it?
We can kill it.
Alright, I'm going to kill that.
I was watching this thing on YouTube last night while you were asleep about the avoidance, the do's and don'ts of fucking war movies. The movie Pearl Harbor by Michael Bay.
He's really only famous for his explosions, let's be honest. He's got basic storytelling at best.
That and Red Tails.
I think Red Tails is his only good movie. And I don't mean...
Red Tails is by Spielberg.
Oh. Michael Bay just likes explosions.
What are the downfalls of those two movies? Well, okay, Red Tails is horrible, period. Not because it tells the story of Red Tails, but because the whole fucking thing is shitty acting, shitty writing, shitty CGI. And
the thing is, nobody really... It seems like Hollywood really does not care about them, despite the fact that they were...
No. If you watch the movie Tuskegee Airmen with Lawrence Fishburne...
Oh, yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is in that one as well.
That is one of the best... And I think it's also the more historically accurate.
There you go.
As where Red Tails is just Hollywood.
Do you know what the difference is between the two of them?
Other than one's horse.
There's no love story.
Yeah.
There is no love interest.
In Tuskegee Airmen.
So...
Because not everything needs to have a fucking love
story. So, okay, look at Band of Brothers, right?
Yeah.
One of the best fucking miniseries out there. Where's the love story?
There isn't one.
Yes, there is.
Oh, there is?
It's amongst the men themselves. It's the camaraderie that you see amongst the men.
There's no romantic interest.
Same thing with Platoon. By far, Oliver Stone's best fucking movie. And I will die on this hill. Because it's his life in Vietnam. The love story is the camaraderie he shares with his squad.
Honestly, I have never understood Hollywood's obsession with there constantly needing to be a romantic interest, whether it's a straight pair, a gay pair, we don't fucking know we're mentally ill together.
Same thing. Well, okay, so...
But it seems like Hollywood seems to only really want to care about
you have the 1970s version of Midway. And then you have...
The remake.
The remake of Midway. Both very good. I'll admit they're both very good and very well done. You don't really have love interest in there because a lot of the guys were married, and it shows that, these guys were adults.
Right.
And the officers had wives.
They had wives, some of them had kids.
Yeah, okay, so they were going, because they were Annapolis graduates, and they were pilots, and yeah, they had a life. They don't...
Sorry, I'm remembering the Fat Electricians video. He said pale.
Yeah,
that's your name.
That was after the war, though.
I know.
They don't make a spectacle out of it.
Right.
Which is fine. I mean, they get a lot of historical accuracies wrong. I'm not going to elaborate on that.
And because
compared to the 1970s one, where it was...
Honestly, if you hit...
It was go, but it was more drawn out. Same thing with the movie Tora, 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 which was by far the best Pearl Harbor movie out there, compared to Michael Bay's fucking Pearl Harbor.
Isn't Tora, Tora, Tora the one told from the Japanese perspective?
And the American perspective.
Got it.
Because honestly, that movie broke stereotypes. It taught us, hey, look, instead of, you're not going to be sympathetic to these guys, you're going to look at their point of fucking view.
Right.
Because history has 2 points of view.
And it's not just the winners versus the losers.
It's history.
Right.
Ideals are peaceful. History is violent.
History is violent, bloody.
Thank God for Fury. That movie gets ripped apart, left and right, by historians. I'll even rip it apart because in the tiger ambush scene, Fury should have been hit first.
Fury
but
fucked.
The best line from that movie is the one I just quoted. Ideals are peaceful. History is violent.
Right.
Now, if they made a movie, oh my God, can we just make a fucking movie about history where there's no fucking love interest? Can we just make a movie
I think that's
where it shows the brutality, the realism?
I think that's what Warfare is supposed to be. The newest one coming out, which you're not allowed to watch unless you have...
One of the guys I follow on here, his daughter does the videotaping.
Mm-hmm.
He was a SEAL.
Right.
And he's like, it was like watching the real fucking thing.
Which is why I'm not allowed to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
Babe, you zoned out for almost 30 minutes. Me and Anthony couldn't get you back just from the trailer. We had a hard time getting you back. Even Indy was trying to get you back. You were gone just from the trailer.
Yeah, I know.
Which is why I completely forbid you to watch that movie. And I'm not doing that as a controlling girlfriend. Like, of course, somebody's going to fucking mention it at some point in time. I'm doing it because I literally value your mental health.
I've watched a lot of reviews on it, and a lot of veterans say, you need to watch it.
You can watch it, but you're going to have a fuck ton of safety nets in place before you can. One, it will be here at the house.
Have a lot of people over and shit like that, and actually fucking talk through it.
Exactly. You're gonna have me, Anthony, potentially Amanda.
Yeah, and talk through it.
It's gonna have to be one that we're gonna have to specially coordinate.
Because there's like a lot of inaccurate, like I guess the Bradleys or Warrior IFVs, which are British vehicles and shit like that.
And you'll have to have the kids home too.
Yeah. But for the love of God, going back to what I was talking about, can we just have
the main problem
a historically accurate fucking movie? Like, we were soldiers, right?
A lot of the main issue with...
So Sam Elliott... Hold on. No.
No, I got something to add on to that. What's killing a lot of the wartime movies, again, is of course the romantic love interest, but the only reason why they throw the romantic love interest, in my personal opinion, is to romanticize war. War is not romance. It's not.
No, war's hell.
No, war is war and hell is hell.
Okay, Hawkeye.
But
if war is hell, then why do I miss it so fucking much? Explain that logic to me. Because honestly, that's the only fucking place that makes fucking sense.
Because exactly that. It's a clear-cut guidelines. You have an enemy. There's very little gray. Most of it's black and white. That's the biggest problem. And that's
I've been home almost 20 fucking years, and that's the only part of my fucking life that made fucking sense.
Because it's the only part of your life that was more or less more black and white, less gray. You knew the people in those villages, in those towns, in those camps. You knew exactly who they were. You knew that this one off to the west was all women and children and old men that couldn't fight.
Wow.
So they were all non-combatants.
When you're in Iraq, you knew they were all trying to kill you anyway, so it really didn't fucking matter. So when you're getting shot at, you fucking shoot back.
Exactly.
You come here, and 20 years later, you have these septum ring, blue-haired, blue-dyed hair motherfuckers who think the government's out to fucking kill you. That may or may not be true. But you know what? When you come in this country...
Okay, let's be 100% honest. All governments are out to kill all their people.
Okay, but when you enter this country illegally, guess what? You broke the fucking law.
That's the other reason why you miss being... So the reason why you miss being in combat. Because of the fact that you know nobody is going, if these people are firing at you, you know that they've got a clear-cut motive. And you have permission to engage them back with no repercussions. Unfortunately, now that you're back here and you do have people who you can slap all the fucking evidence down in front of them. You can go through and point it out, but they're going to call it fake. At least when you turned people over in Iraq, when you went there and you said, this is what's actually going on. And you make a promise like, hey, if I get your kid back, will you come to our side? You get them their kid back, and they come to your side, and they stay on your side.
What's really mind fucking boggling,
Unlike,
and it's really fucking hurtful, is all these fucking liberal veterans.
oh yeah, of all the ones who decided that what they fought for doesn't matter anymore. The countless men and women who came home under flags because they did defend the women, the children, the elderly, and the actual allied villages in Iraq and in Afghanistan, and laid down their lives for those people.
And yet they still supported an administration that pulled out in the middle of the fucking night and left their allies
with no
behind.
logistics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll support them 100%. And they'll support an Obama administration that launched more drone strikes
without Congress's permission or knowledge.
Right.
Yeah,
and then deported more.
Millions more.
12.5 million or more. But as soon as Trump does it, oh, it's fucking evil. You know what? If you're one of those, go fuck yourself. Because you're a fucking hypocrite.
Because the thing is that
it's literally written in our laws of our land. We are. Oh yeah. By the way, hold on. By the way, we're not a fucking democracy. We're a goddamn republic. And
we're
if you
a constitutional republic.
Well, we're still a republic nonetheless. But yes, we are a constitutional republic. But if you don't know what the fucking difference between a republic and a democracy is, go back to fucking school. Because
go take an economics class. A real economics class.
Not only an economics class, but a civics class.
Civics, that's the other. No.
Because if you don't know what the fucking difference is by now, then just take a bath with a toaster. Please.
Or kickstart a landmine.
I hate these fucking fake-ass vet bros that think they know everything, and yet they're dumber than a fucking garden of rocks.
Honestly, I think all the ones that are going through and are
ICE?
Second Amendment?
Now all of a sudden they're pro 2A because they think ICE is the fucking Gestapo. They're a load of shit.
Let's be honest. If ICE was like the Gestapo, we wouldn't be seeing any of this on the news. Because the Gestapo doesn't do public work.
Nope. They did it in the middle of the night.
If I'm not mistaken,
when everybody was sleeping.
I believe Gestapo translates to secret police or something similar. Oh,
yeah.
And
Gestapo was the secret police.
They didn't get government tips. Where did they get all their tips from?
From the people.
And
they did not have to be verified.
Who was calling the tip lines during COVID?
The very same people who are anti-ICE.
Exactly. Who were calling, they have people over.
They're not wearing a mask.
Oh my god.
They're not 6 feet or 3 feet from each other.
6 feet.
Whatever, I don't give a shit. So the very same people who are out protesting ICE are the very same people who called on their neighbors for going out to bars, for going to places of worship, and for not wearing a mask, and not for having a COVID shot.
And for having their family over in their private residence.
So you know what? They're the hypocrites.
Who's running a Gestapo now? Because the thing is, ICE is not yanking people off the streets. They might have yanked one or two.
Well, I mean, they kind of are.
But they're not just yanking random people.
They're not yanking American citizens off the street.
There might have been one or two that got caught up in a raid, but that's the whole reason why they go through and verify identity, going through and like, oh shit, you're actually legal and you're completely clean.
We're sorry about this.
Here's an apology. Let's mark down your address. Let's take your information so we make sure this shit doesn't happen.
But yet again, if you're a naturalized U.S. citizen, you should fucking have common sense. And as we all know, we are living amongst the dumbest generation out there.
One of the things that I was seeing on TikTok from a lot of these liberals were the fact that, yes, there was a U.S. veteran who was deported, but he never got his citizenship.
And you have ample time.
Just because you join the U.S. military does not automatically give you citizenship. You still have to apply for it. But by joining the U.S. military, you get to jump
ahead of the line, so to speak. I'm not sure what the process is. I'll have to ask somebody. I'll have to ask who. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't have plans
I actually was stationed with somebody who went through the process. He still had to wait a couple years.
Yeah, but
those couple years were in service, and so long as he was still in the Coast Guard, his and his family's applications were fast-tracked. But he was told if he got out of the service before he got his citizenship, that his application would basically go to the back of the line. Not the back of the line, but it wouldn't be fast-tracked anymore.
Right.
But he was fast-tracked because of the fact that he was in the military. If I hadn't been, because he was a friend of mine, if I had not been on duty that day, I'd have gone to the citizenship ceremony. He went.
You're basically sworn in. You swear allegiance to the United States. You have to renounce your citizenship.
No, you don't have to renounce your citizenship. You can be dual citizenship.
Oh.
It just limits your promotion and limits your security clearance if you want to keep your dual citizenship. Because the petty officer who hated me, she had dual citizenship. She was American and Canadian. So you can have dual citizenship. I think it just affects your security clearance or jobs or whatever, but you can have the dual citizenship. The veteran that was deported was here 70 fucking years. No, he was 70 years old. My bad. Because he was a Vietnam vet. I could be very much interpreting it wrong. He was here for at least 30 plus years.
He was here a while. Just say he was here a while.
He was here since Vietnam.
No, that would put him in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would put him in his 70s.
Yep.
I keep on forgetting that I'm no longer young.
Yeah. That 30 years ago was not 1990, or not 19. I love you. But he had been, because he enlisted to go fight in Vietnam.
Well, yeah, he would have to enlist because he couldn't be drafted because only American citizens can be drafted.
Never even started the paperwork.
That's on him. I'm sorry.
He also wasn't deported via ICE. He self-deported.
Then what's the problem?
He was a U.S. vet. One with a decorated U.S. vet. He had a Purple
If he's
Heart.
self-deported, that's on him.
He was just a permanent resident. That's all he was. He was never a citizen.
I'm not sure what a permanent resident is.
A permanent resident is somebody who can live here, but they're not a citizen.
That means he's earned his right to stay because he was a veteran.
Green card.
Yeah.
Green card is a permanent resident.
That means the immigration, the way he did it, means because he was a Purple Heart recipient.
Yeah.
Under the Vietnam veteran status.
So he would have gotten his green card, but that doesn't make you a citizen.
No.
That's the biggest thing that a lot of people are also not understanding. Just because you had a green card does not make you a citizen.
Yeah, him enlisting
would have given him his green card.
Yeah, and then him being wounded.
All he had to do was go through.
But no, him being wounded, I think him being wounded would have made him a permanent resident anyways because
he was wounded.
VA healthcare.
Yeah.
So, say he's from Colombia or Panama or Belize
he could probably still be receiving his VA benefits.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
he's probably making bank down in whatever.
I want to
Central
say
American.
He was probably Guatemalan.
Whatever Central American money.
He's living like a fucking millionaire.
Oh yeah, he's a millionaire down there. So you know what? He's like, I'm gonna go. The arthritis is bugging me. I'm going down south for the winter, and I'm just gonna stay down. So you know what?
Because a green card allows you to stay. No more visas. You don't have to get special permission to stay. You have your special permission already.
And that's just, and then you become natural.
It allows you to go through and apply for health care, and it allows you to do everything a citizen does, except give you the constitutional protection that comes with a citizen.
Right.
You're just a permanent visitor.
You still have certain...
You still have certain rights.
Yes.
As per the Constitution.
Right.
You
just
have
don't have
certain
constitutional rights.
You just can't go through and...
And that's another thing people need to understand.
And it is something that can be revoked if you commit, say, a felony. Your green card can be revoked.
Well, yeah. Even felons don't have constitutional rights anymore. Depending on the felony.
So, but that green card allows you to vote.
Allows you to... Fuck, I just forgot what I was going to say.
It allows you to vote. It allows you to pay taxes. It allows you to do everything a citizen can.
Motherfucker.
Except you're...
Oh, that's what it was. That's what people need to understand. The U.S. Constitution only applies to U.S. citizens.
Exactly.
So, like, okay, here's the thing.
Now, we do have one in there for immigrants. We do have an amendment in there.
Puerto Rico. Does it apply? Are Puerto Ricans covered under the U.S. Constitution?
Honestly, I don't know because it's just a territory.
Nope.
Because
they have certain rights, but they don't have constitutional rights.
Right. And that's what a lot of people...
Same thing with Guam and American Samoa.
They're territories.
They're territories.
They have some, but they're still subject to their own law.
Yes.
Despite the fact that Puerto Rico
because they are a territory...
Even though Puerto Rico has tried to...
although they are a territory, once they're actually inside the U.S., they are kind of... You have an ID.
Yeah.
So you are technically treated as a U.S. citizen, so you do get certain rights.
Unless you commit a felony.
Unless you commit a felony.
In which case you're stuck in Puerto Rico.
Then you're stuck in Puerto Rico and you're like, you're not entering anymore. Fuck off.
And that's what these liberals are not understanding. That's what these people who are anti-ICE are not understanding. ICE did not exist. Immigration enforcement... what the fuck is the ICE?
Immigration Customs Enforcement.
Yes, thank you. They did not exist until 2001.
Sure about that?
It was just Border Patrol and something else. I think ICE itself was established in 2001 after 9/11. Is when ICE itself became its own little thing. Because the Department of Homeland Security didn't exist.
2002.
It was off by a year. Because...
1 March 2003.
So it was off by 2 years.
Before that, I'm pretty sure they were INS.
Yes, they were INS.
I found out when you're in California, never scream INS.
But...
That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because people would go through and they would threaten their Hispanic employees.
No, we were driving from Camp Roberts to Camp Hunter we got
Did you
lost.
get shot at, or did
No,
you
I
get...
found a whole bunch of Mexicans in the field, and
Or
I
did
got
you
out of
just
the
scatter?
Humvee, and I'm like, "Hey, INS,
And
INS," and they fucking rabbited.
Because he...
It was fucking hilarious. Nobody out there, a whole bunch of lower enlisted thought it was funny, but my
The
higher
officers
ups,
didn't like it very much.
they're like,
Cause
"God damn it, Benny."
Because even DHS didn't exist until after 9/11.
No, they existed before 9/11. They were formed shortly before.
Or, no, that... Yeah. Either way. But see... These people who are going through and saying, oh, this little abuela who went through and crossed the border illegally, she didn't commit a crime. Yes, she did. Oh, it's a civil matter, not a criminal matter.
Okay,
no, it's
so
not.
they began operations on March 2003 after...
Because
yeah, no.
that's the biggest thing, is that anybody who crosses the border, any border, illegally has committed a crime. Whether it's here in the U.S., Mexico, Canada, island in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. But it seems like the only country that gets a lot of flack for getting rid of those who've entered illegally is the U.S. We're the only country apparently not allowed to protect ourselves.
Because of these words. Give me your poor, your tired, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. However, we forget what's inscribed at the...
On the tablet?
Yeah. No,
Is it the tablet or is it the plaque at the bottom?
it's...
I want to say it's the plaque at the base of the...
base.
Yeah. But you still gotta do it right. And there are so many people who've done it the right way who are pissed at these people jumping the lines and being like, dude.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretch refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless temps. I'm trying to read this. It's very hard to read this.
And we'll bring it up on my tablet. They tend to forget just because it's an invitation doesn't mean you can come in willy-nilly. But I mean, we have ports of entry for a reason. And I was talking to you earlier, these people who go through, they spend tens and thousands of dollars on coyotes to get them across the border illegally, and 9 out of 10 times it works. The 10th time they get spooked and the coyote just doesn't show. So these people are out all their hard-earned money to try to get smuggled illegally across, when they could take those tens of thousands of dollars and put it towards coming here the right way. And because all those people who are coming through illegally, they can't be vetted. You don't know if it's somebody who needs to belong in jail or in a wood chipper. I like the wood chipper better for some of those. Not everybody trying to come across illegally legally is a good person. Yeah, there may be like 3 or 4 in a group of like 20 that are come seeking a new life, as where the rest of them are there for because they're drug mules, willing or unwilling, it doesn't matter. They're bringing drugs across, or they're being unwillingly brought over as part of the sex trade. And most of those are kids.
Ow.
But all these people who are anti-ICE don't and absolutely refuse to understand that.
They don't want to understand it.
Like I said, they refuse to understand it. But then when you present them, when you go through and you tell them, okay, so you want this confirmed rapist and confirmed murderer here in this country, when he belongs, because all these people, all these confirmed murderers and rapists, yeah, they come over here, they get caught, they get to sit in a cushy American prison. Not that prison or jail is cushy, but compared to some of the ones in Latin America, they're luxury hotels compared to what they would be in, say, Guatemala or Mexico or Panama or some of these other countries that don't they put you in these overcrowded prisons because they don't care. But they'd rather get arrested here in the States and get sentenced in the States so they can go to a cushy American prison.
Oh, wrap it up. Oh, I gotta pee again.
But that is it for tonight. Hopefully the Carpathia will leave me alone now. And next time we'll start earlier in the day, instead of like 8 o'clock at night. And maybe we'll have our third, maybe we won't. So, good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. And we will continue to use our trusty screen, because I think that went rather well. Alright, night, y'all.